Hello everyone, welcome to the video. So today we are going to look at some Lego trains that I have made, and some of them are really good. This is what I've got so far for the octane diesel engine. It is really good. The IO receivers here. There are two Lego train motors. You can see it right there. Here, let me put in the light. You can see that there's one train motor here. If I aim this like this, you'll see there's another train motor there. This thing is about 2 to 3 pounds, because this, and all the bricks, this thing is really detailed. Also, 2 months later, I got the railings in. I didn't think this was going to work. Literally, no joke, this worked perfectly somehow. I have no idea how it worked so perfectly, but it did. What I saw was like this. I saw this. I had like 2 of them. I was like, maybe I should go 4. And I was like, wait a minute, no, 5. And then I was like, wait a minute, no, 6. Then I done this, and then I spaced out 6 again, and I went like this. And then I looked, 6 here, and then 6 here. I was like, wait a minute. Found 3 more, put them in. That's one failure that I have to fix. I put them in, perfect. Also, one thing I'm thinking about for that here, I'll put a 1x2 here, kind of like this. And then I'll get 2 of these, like this. Put them here. Come on. Like this. Have 2 pieces like this, like 1, 2 here, right here. Have a piece like this that goes across like this. Across here. I will do that. It will look pretty good. Plus it will be white. Kind of what I need, because the font, if you look at the font will be like that. White, green, red, white at the top. So that should look really good. I have no idea if it's going to work. I have no idea if the look of it is going to be good. But the functionality is really good. Plus it's fast as hell. Like, no joke. I can make this thing go about this fast. And that's like 100 miles an hour in this scale. And usually these GE EMDs, or whatever the hell these look like, supposed to be, they can only go about this fast, right here. And this thing can go about 2 times that speed. That's crazy. Now, if we go back, we can go get a train car. Well, I'm not going to go to the train car just yet. This is with the next train I'm going to show you is actually one of the very first steam train, fully RC, that I ever made. To scale. It is the Union Pacific 844, or if you really want to call it nowadays, because there's a diesel engine named the 844, this is the Union Pacific 8444, or 844 if you really get technical. I'm still on this, okay? Let's switch this. This one's on. This battery box isn't on. This guy on the blue. Oh crap. I'm going to switch into the red. This thing is strong as crap. And yes, pistons move. It's so big I can't even fit into the frame. Hold on. I'll fix that. There we go. Now it's in the frame. One crazy thing. I can put lights onto this thing. Maybe. Because there's a light right here that I can put on. It's red. You won't be able to see it, but it's red. But you can see there is a light here. See, there is a... Let me shine into the light. There we go. You can see that's red right there. That's transparent red. I can put the light on there if you want. Or if I want. And yes, I can put the light right there too, as well. Because I made the front perfectly for that. And yes, it's a square boiler, but I have a wound front. I don't have that many pieces to round it off. I'm poor. I only have these pieces available to me. But when I get enough pieces when I want to, I will round this thing off a little bit better. at least a little bit, almost to the scale of that roundness. I won't have it go underneath, but it will at least be like this. It will at least look like that. Like a good round one, but it will stop because the motor is in there. An L motor is right in there controlling the whole thing. Top speed for this guy. Not that. Let me take out the battery box because I'm using one of these. Let me put in the brand new battery box that I have with the brand new batteries. That's in this diesel engine. It's very easy to take this diesel engine apart. I just got to do that and there. Boom, it's out. It's also much lighter. It's not much lighter in the back, but still. Then I go like that. Then I go like this. You can see this thing's already faster. If I go like this, then forward. Will you stop? Thank you. Though this remote's about like 7 years old. I need to get a new one. Hold on, let me get this thing back all the way down onto that. Let me fix the track. Let me fix this. It's the size of O scale, if you really want to get technical. It's the scale, it's O scale. There's that speed. But technically, that's full speed. That's really fast for a steam train like this. Here, let me show you. That's about the speed of this. I can't really show you because it doesn't like to work. And also, if I really want to show you, I'm going to have like a whole track. Would you stop moving? Stop moving the way you think you should go. Jesus Christ. That's the full speed if it really wants to go that speed. That is the full speed. Now, if I go back slowly, because I don't want this train to go shit like it usually does. And yes, I describe it as that because that's how crap it is. Now, I'll scoot this thing a bit forward so you guys can see a little bit better. Also more balance. And then I'm going to show you the car that I just got done. It took me about 3 months to get this thing done. Actually, more than that. When I built this train, 2 months after it, I built the first train car. This is just a little thing. This is what it pretty much looks like, but it was only the size of this. But it looked pretty good. And this is the same look as what it really is. You can't see the bogies, but the main thing went to there. That's how big that train car was. It's 8 stud wide, and it does work. Now, this is 2 scale size. I might have to scoot this thing back a bit. Look how big it is. It's O scale size. And yes, the bogies are to correct scale. And yes, there was detail on this thing. That's the only pissy off thing that I have. One gray. Everything else is black. On both bogies. And I'm using this to turn it easier. And technically, I'm not supposed to be using these Lego things right here. I'm supposed to be using something else. But I don't care. I'm going to be using the smoothest way that I can for these trains. Because I want a smooth wide for these trains. Like if I go like this, smooth wide. Smooth wide. Like so smooth, it's unbelievable. Let me show you. No. Here, one push from right here. Look how smooth that is. That went in about a foot. Now this is full power. Don't worry, there's track at the end. There's still enough track. But, yes, this thing is like that. I can go like this, and it turns like this. You can deja vu this thing. Like, no joke, you can deja vu this thing to almost perfection. I know it's so long that it takes up literally like 1, 2 switches. Like, it takes up 2 switches. Here's the beginning of one switch. Here's the end of the other one. Like, right here. Look at that. That takes up 2 switches. And with the diesel engine, this thing gets up to pretty good speed. And now if I turn this thing this way, you can see that I have the trains over here. Now if I move this diesel over here, it's about the same height. But this thing can go to a speed of this with the train cars. Like, no joke, that's the speed that it goes to. Now the steam train goes half that speed, like this. More accurate speed, technically, because the steam train is different, and plus, a little heavier than it usually is. The L motor is pretty strong, but it can't hold the strength. But it, will you? Hold on. I usually have to do that just to get this thing to work properly. Let me get the whole thing in shot. Damn. There we go. That's about as much as I can get into shot. It gets up to here. But you can see this thing is accurate. It looks cool. That's as much. And yes, I did custom make these pistons. I did custom make these things right here. I did actually custom make those. I custom made this whole system right here. You can see these that were right in here were half of these, or the insides of those, and that's how I did it. It's just this connected to here. It goes like this, back and forth, because I can't have a piston there because these are 3 tall. But one cool thing I was able to do, because of this system, I am able to run realistic looking fronts. That's the good thing. I was able to run realistic looking fronts to correct scale, and that's what I want most out of my things. I want correct looking to scale. I don't want functionality. I want to scale look with a bit of functionality. That's what I got out of this thing. I got pretty good functionality. This is the stand that I'm using for this thing. Don't worry. And what I got out of this is real good. I can also make, because I have another one of these whole systems right here, I can make, no joke, a Challenger. I can make a Challenger of these. All I have to do, because it's my thing, is I have to take out this, and I have this whole system right here, kind of like this. Use this tender, something like this. This body is something else. But I want to train for this next week's thing. So I'm going with this. And then I'm also going with this train. But because there's that, and I don't have one for the other side, I'm going to go with this thing, whale. Safety whale, gone. Maybe just the back, like 2, like this. but pretty much everything else, the same. Hold on, guys. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the whole thing. I hope you guys like that I have that, and yes, it's one of these for the whole thing. Now, I've been trying to get this thing going like this to correct scale for about 2 years now. It's been 2 years since this thing has been refinished. I had 2 of these things about 2 to 3 years ago. I ran them a lot with a steam train. A lot of my straights are gone. The only things I have left are a lot of curves. 1, 2, 3, over here, 4 switches, and then flex track and curves. That's all I have left. No straights, no nothing. We need to go buy some. And there is really not that much, sadly. We need to go out and get those things, because we have no clue where the straights are. We have no idea where they are. We have like 50,000 containers to look through just to find straights of mine. And some other Legos that I've somehow got misplaced somewhere. But as of right now, we have a good amount of track right here just to go the length of little of the table. And then some curves, and then that's it. Sadly, I barely have enough to make a whole circle on this table. But besides that, because I don't have much, I've been doing a lot with Technic pieces, like making cars and stuff like that. If you guys want to see that, then I'll show you guys some of that. Also, this is really good at moving things, because usually trains only have one motor. Mine, because I want to have it prototypically correct, because there's 4 motors for 4 axles, 1 motor for this axle, 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 usually on diesel engines. And if they're 3 axle bogies, then there's 3 motors per axle and per bogie. This one has 2, 1 motor for each bogie, because 1 motor drives both axles. Because there's not enough room to put 2 per bogie, because that's that won't be provide enough power, because it will be those tiny little motors like this wide and about like this long that go in there. They would have to be geared down a lot just to pull just one car like this and an engine. They're going to be going the speed of this, and they don't want that. So they sacrificed prototypical for toy train running way. So yeah, sorry for the long episode. I'm going to be making more of these things if you guys really want. There's not going to be that much, because I'm going to have to finish this. I still have like a little bit of a back to do, a top, finish this up, and then the front, and that's it. So I'll see you guys probably later. Oh yeah, also with the top like this with white, it's probably going to look like that. I have no idea, but that's accurately the same width and look that it should be. I usually have stuff like that, but I'm not doing it like that. I'm going to put a white 3, then a white 4, then another white 4, like a white 3, then a white 3, and then a white 4, 4, 3, 3. So that will probably end up looking kind of interesting, kind of not. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure it out. I might just have I might just have this thing go up like this to the top and just have something interesting. I have no clue. I'm going to figure it out. Don't worry, guys. It will look at least good. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Figure out what... tell me what song you like. And look up these songs. Corey Coyote. This is on Damn Dog Games. That's the YouTuber. He made a song called Feeling Good. Leave out the G. You're gonna see it immediately. Or you can put Corey Coyote, Feeling Good, or Feeling Safe, and then some stupid song. I'm probably gonna go with the Feeling Safe anyway for an outro. I'm gonna have to figure out what kind of little outro I can put. I have no idea. But I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye bye. And also, stay grapish. Bye bye. God damn it, I'm gonna have to get all this shit back up in my room.